Hello. So today we're going to create a Docker image from scratch by downloading the raw Linux installation files directly from the Debian.org website. Why would you want to do this? Well, um, you may want to create an image that has particular software in it, and it's hard to find that exact combination, or maybe you don't trust the images that are created by others and you'd rather create your own because, well, you know what's in them. And so that makes it uh, trustworthy in that you know yourself. So, anyway, you're going to need some software first. You're going to need Docker, Docker build software. You're going to need the Docker um, you know, multi containers. You're gonna need Docker IO. You're gonna need a few DE Bootstrap. We'll go ahead and install those things here now. It's taking a little while. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we have the software that we need. Let's create a directory where we can do our work. Now, it seems magical that the bootstrap command just suddenly appeared like that. And that's because I tried a number of times before I finally got it right. And, uh, and so I didn't want to bore everyone with all my foibles. And I skipped ahead right to the correct command for pulling down all the software from Debian. Okay, so now we have all the software in the Docker root directory. And we need to augment that install a little bit. A couple things we need to do. We need to set a root password. So we're going to do that by sending the ID and password to the change password application. and we're going to let it know that the root directory for the environment is that Docker root folder. And of course, it needs absolute paths, so we'll try again. Next thing we need to do is set up the SSH permissions so that we can test SSH once our image is running. So we're going to allow a normal root login. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up locales. We're going to set it to the English US locale UTF-8 so it can handle special characters. There it is. So just uncomment that. And then we'll generate the locale. And now we're going to package it all up because it's ready to go. Now we're going to create a Docker file so that Docker knows how to build the image. We're telling it that it's an image that we're building from scratch, not grabbing it from the Docker repository. Here we tell it the file with the operating system code in it and files. and to expose port 22 and 80 so that we can test SSH and HTTP or Nginx. And we're going to tell it to run a couple of items. One is the SSH background process. The other one is Nginx. We're going to ask it to print something to the screen so that we know it's running. And finally, we're just going to open up a bash prompt. Now we'll build the image. The no cache setting is important. Otherwise, it'll try to reuse what you've partially built before, which can cause problems if what you've partially built is not what you want. So the color scheme here is not making it easy to read, so we'll change the color scheme on the terminal. That's better. Although that green is pretty bright, but anyway, in a pinch it'll do. Now there are a couple of things. When I first ran this, it complained about a directory missing. So we're going to create that directory. At runtime. And of course, it's still giving the error, so we're going to recreate the image. There we go. It's running, and we are in the bash shell of the Docker image. Now we can try and validate that we can connect to Nginx. And of course, I tried a number of things, but eventually I got it right. And so there it is. I mean, there is no website configured for the Nginx server, but it does. So it's just simply returning, well, I can't find an index file. And now we're going to try and connect. Using SSH. Remember, we set the password for root to admin, and there you go. We're in both via SSH, and we can access the Nginx web server. Now we can just stop the Docker image. Now if we go check on the other screen, we can see that it will stop. There you go. It has stopped. And that's it. Thank you very much.